Impact Arena here in Bangkok, non-February, to be clear. Lovely manicured gardens and well, a very industrial looking skyline there. And then coming in under the bright lights here of Show Court 1. Well, we've brought you 4 matches already in women's doubles. The ties coming through in straight games. Women's singles, and Si Young also successful against Sonia Cha of Malaysia. And then men's doubles, Oh and Teo coming through just under an hour, having needed to save 3 match points against the talented young Indian duo of Arjun and Kapila. We'll be seeing more of them in the future, that's for sure. And then Carolina Marin coming through pretty comfortably in her singles against the world number 7 from France. So on to mixed doubles, 5th match. And we see the world number 28 Danish mixed doubles pair take on 2 unranked Thais. This an all unseeded affair from the bottom quarter of the mixed doubles draw. And the winner of this one will be projected to meet possibly the 7th seed should they win today. Marcus Ellis and Lauren Smith are on court at some stage today. And well, the winner of this might play those 2 should they come through as well. And of course the menacing presence of Praveen Jordan and Oktavianti of Indonesia, the All England Open champions. 2nd seeds down below, so a very tough section of a fully loaded mixed doubles draw with high quality teams down in the bottom quarter.
And Korepap from Thailand.
So here come the Danes in blue. Matthias Christiansen leading the way. 26-year-old from Copenhagen, and Alexandra Bøje, 5 years his junior. And there are their opponents, Nitifon Phuangphuapet and Chesney Korepap, 29 years old and 20 years old respectively. So the Danes are ready. Italian umpire in the chair for this one. And here come the ties.
Okay, we have red or black. I will ask the guests what they prefer. Black? Yeah. Black? Okay. It's red, your choice. Service. Who's serving? Okay. And
like that, ask the guests for their choice. That's nice touch from Fabio Beto, the Italian umpire. And well, here we go then, the warm-up just about to get underway, and our 5th of 10 matches we're bringing you today on Show Court 1. Guys electing to serve first. Tall and imposing Matthias Christiansen of Denmark. (26 years of age, born in Bornholm, resides in Copenhagen, and was 4 in the world with Christina Pedersen. 1.88 meters tall, big fella, and well, you'd imagine he'd be captain of the team with young Alexandra Bøje beside him, 21 years old, born in Horsens, residing also in Copenhagen, 1.73 meters tall. So a very big, imposing, statuesque team from Europe. Could prove and should prove a real handful, ranked at 28 in the world for their opponents. Nitifon Phuangphuapet, who we saw at length yesterday in doubles. Pretty sure he had match points against Alfian and Ardianto, but we'll get to that later. Heavy build, 29 years old, has been up to 11 in the world in men's doubles and 22 in the world in mixed. Currently unranked with his partner today, Chesney Korepap, 9 years his junior, just 20 years of age. This scratch pairing. She's been up to a top 90 player with her partner there at the bottom of that graphic. I'm not even going to attempt to say that. That's a real mouthful. Mon, you going to have a go at it?
No, I leave it all to you.
Yes, said with respect. Yeah, it should be a good one. We saw Phuangphuapet in men's doubles yesterday, didn't we, against Alfian and Arianto, and that was very, very compelling.
I will not be surprised if this is going to be a hand cliffer. Let's see. The Danish pair have their good days, and then they really, really play well, and can beat players close to the top 10. But on their not so good days, they become quite erratic, and it's a lot to do whether Alexandra Bøje is able to control the net or not. She is not that sharp at the net. She's playing a little bit too safe now and again and not killing enough shots. So it's all up to her to make sure that the sharpness in the partnership is working.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right,
On
Mathias
court three,
Christiansen and
men's
Alexandra
single.
Bøje, Denmark.
Parupali Kashya from
And
India.
on my left, Nipit Phuangphuapet and Chasini Korepap, Thailand. Chasini Korepap to serve to Mathias Christiansen.
Jason Anthony Ho-Ju from
Lamo.
Canada.
Play.
Umpire. Caroline Alminne.
That was a nice way of starting. What a flick serve that was.
One.
Perfect.
Jauhari from Indonesia.
Out. Service over. 1-0.
Well, we said in the match prior, didn't we, that Carolina Marin's opponent, Xue Fei, had won the Scottish and the Irish Open. Coming into that match, didn't do her much good against the Spaniard, who was on rampant form. But these two from Denmark had done exactly the same. Scottish and Irish Open champions in 2019. Along with the title of the same year in the Hungarian International Championships as well. Beg your pardon, they came runners-up in that one. But still, they've had success, the team in blue.
Out. Service over.
Yeah, Matthias and Alexander, they lost the quarterfinals to Lamsfuss and Hertrick in the Denmark Open in October. And of course the Germans, as we now know, went on to win the tournament. But the following week in Saarlouis, they beat them in the final in 3 games. And as you rightly mentioned, the first sort of big victory for the Danes in the World Tour context.
Wipe the court, please. Wipe the court, please. Yeah, there.
Well, having got up to 4 in the world with Christina Pedersen, it must be a little bit unusual for him. You know, quite a strange dynamic, so sweet and sour.
Yeah, it was. I wouldn't say that. It was a test from the Danish BA, from the coaches, when they put Christina and Matthias together, and it worked really, really well. And of course, the whole plan was for the partnership to continue to Tokyo for the Olympics. But even before the Olympic qualification started in 2019, Christina Pedersen then says, sorry, I really haven't got it any longer. I have to stop. I have to retire. So, of course, that suddenly left Matthias in a completely different situation. And they had to find a new young player for him. And it became Alexandra.
3-6.
Nice.
Service over. 7-3.
In 2018, Matthias and Christina Petersen played so well in the All England against Zheng Siwei and Wang Yachong, and it was very, very close. They lost in, I think, the semi-final. Later on, a few months later, they went on to win the India Open together. So it was a good partnership for Denmark.
Well, this was a lovely cross touch there from Alexandra, but has she found the mark? First challenge of the match. Let's find out. Not quite.
Challenge unsuccessful.
Not a lot of distance to play with when you're that tight to the net.
Service over. 4-8. Play. Service over. 9-4.
Well, we don't have any results on the ties at all, do we, Morten? So that, you know, they are an unranked sort of scratch pairing, which of course we know nothing really about in terms of how they're going to gel.
But just watching them for these few minutes, there is no doubt that they are individually good players, both of them. And of course we have Phuangphuapet, who I think has been number 15 in the world in the mixed doubles. So of course we are talking about good players here. And if they can gel, if they can get it together, if they have the will to really perform and fight, perhaps this can be a very good match.
He read the play so quickly there, didn't he?
Service over.
As he did yesterday. Let's hope he's not too deflated, having squandered a match point against Alfian and Ardianto.
Not only one.
How many was two? Was it? Yeah, that's right. They played really well, didn't they? Couldn't quite get across the line.
That's good play. Yeah, that's really good play by Alexandra. Very sharp at the net. Perhaps this one here, the cross one, very sharp. And perhaps that's an added on to her game lately.
Ja, det er okay, hvis du kommer og dække den. Længe det ligger højt forbi, skal du bare komme. Så bare brug den lige en gang, og så kommer du i anden omgang, når du først rammer den. Det er placeringen på den første oplagte, så jeg ikke rammer dem ned i skien.
Court 120 seconds.
Har det intensiv, så vi bare ved med at køre den ind, indtil der kommer et eller andet.
(11-5), play.
Cleverly played there by Phuangphuapet.
Service over. 6-11.
He's intervening at the earliest time he possibly can, isn't he?
Yeah, but that's exposing a little bit of the weakness on Alexandra, because moving side to side is not her strongest, and you can see she was pushed to the backhand side first and then quickly to the forehand, and she was nowhere near it.
Suddenly he looks quite dictatorial, getting a lot of the play coming his way.
On court 2, women's double, Anastasia Achurina and Olga Mozosova from Russia
Wanna change?
versus Vivian Hu and Yap Cheng Wen from Malaysia.
8-11.
Well, hat-trick of consecutive points then, going the way of the
Umpire
red-shirted Thai team.
Oshan Omid from Iran.
Building momentum here.
Service judge Emmanuel Kabuizile from Botswana.
Service over. 12-8. Service over. 9-12.
Yeah, I see this match a bit like it's of course a fight between the two ladies at the front of the court, who is going to control, who is making sure that enough lifts are coming, but also it's kind of the power from Christiansen against the finesse of Phuangphuapet. I think that's, you know, the way to view it.
Service over. 13.
And in the picture here is the coach from Denmark, Thomas Damgaard.
Nine. 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 Out. Service over. 10-16.
Well, I think it's quite a big gap here, 16-10, and it's tough to catch up for the Thailand pair.
He is very, very sharp after his men's doubles yesterday. There's no denying that.
Yeah, he was good closing the mid part of the court here. He's sort of moving up behind his partner and making sure that he's closing down the gap between them, and that's why he can get it this early.
Service over. 17-11.
It's wide.
18-11. Service over. 12-18.
Yeah, we're having very short rallies, and it's because both pairs are really focusing and concentrating on what we call the first three shots, the serve, return, and that third shot, and it's all about that at the moment. They're really putting a lot of emphasis on it, and that's why we see all these shorter rallies. Here, Alexandra was trying to play a very tight spinning shot on that return of serve. She failed to just top of the tape, but not over. See again, it's all about 1, 2, 3.
Service over. 19-40.
Just serve and follow up, really.
Yeah, I think the Thailand pair is a little bit reluctant to lift it for Matthias, because they know he's got a very good smash.
Despite doing it in the opening point, they've their reasons now.
But it's very, very interesting, because in the coaching, in the interval, Thomas Dalgaard was saying, you know, Matthias, just go for the straight smashes and then, you know, the follow-up. And here he's finally getting the chance, and then the 3 smashes cross, which is quite ironic.
Defiant.
Yeah, ironic. But 20, game point 14 for the Danes.
Game.
Well, it's a pretty a strong showing from the Europeans in the offing here. 21-14, inside quarter of an hour of action on one. Halfway home.
Det med hele tiden komme ind i den, og hele tiden være klar, fordi når de ligger fedter der, de kommer ikke til at smide den op. Det tør de ikke, tror jeg.
Især herovre, der skal den, altså, der skal den have klub, eller jeg kan ikke bare sætte kæt her.
Præcis.
Det skal også smække derovre.
Ja. Når du ligger der, så længe vi kan ligge og spille der indtil, så bliver du ved. Hvis du bliver rigtig presset, så trækker du lige lidt, så kører du bare hurtigt kryds, og så må du bare stille dig ned, ikke? Så hvis han kommer rundt om hende, det tror jeg heller ikke, han gør. Jeg tror, det er hende, der kommer ned og slår, og så får vi vendt den derfra. Men du skal blive ved med så lang tid som muligt, og blive ved at beholde initiativ. Fordi hvis vi bare, de finder, okay, hvis vi spiller den en gang, så løfter han bare.
Ja, og så går de
Men han spiller den er sådan mega søgende selv.
Ja.
ว่ามุมฝั่งเนี้ยไม่ต้องออกไปเยอะก็ได้แบบเกี่ยวว่าเตรียมรอหน่อยอันนี้เราเปิดเสิร์ฟเสียงแต่เริ่มจริงป่ะนะเกมที่เป็นเกมฝรั่งตบหนักพอตบหนักปั๊บยิ่งเราถอยเราจะจ้องจะดีดไม่มีทางลูกแรกแล้วถ้าเรารับผ่านได้เดี๋ยวช่องลูกต่อไปมันจะมาโอเคเกมเสิร์ฟรับเสิร์ฟสำคัญนะหาช่องดีๆเท่านั้นไม่จำเป็นแต่ต้องรีบโยน
Court 120 seconds, 120 seconds.
Well, both teams are keen to re-engage out here on show court 1. This is our 5th match of 10 we're bringing you today. Just on 1 o'clock local time. This match just quarter of an hour old, and the Danes in the driving seat, having secured the opening game. Here we are at the start of game 2.
1 love. Love.
It's interesting in the interval between the 2 games that the coach from the Danish team is saying chances are that the Thailand player Phuangphuapet will hardly ever lift it, so make sure that you're closing down the mid-court as much as possible. He said that to Matthias. So, and I think Thomas Dalgaard is absolutely right. He refuses to lift if it at all possible not to do it.
Well, he thought about playing that one, didn't he? But in the end, backing his original choice. That was good judgment from Matthias Christiansen. Well, with the smash quality of Christiansen, it must be that the Thai is now becoming obviously very reluctant to lift to him. He's just so strong up there, isn't he?
5 love.
Yeah, but sometimes we've seen that Matthias Christiansen is sort of killing himself a little bit in matches where he's up against good defences, where he's smashing and smashing and smashing, and then, you know, eventually running out of pace and power and all that, and then everything is dropping towards the end, and they are losing matches, and we've seen that on many occasions. But here today, it will never ever become a physical match, and of course, when it's not that, his smash is really powerful. And what a good start, 7-love up here in the second game for the Danes. It looks a little bit like a walk in the park.
Service over. 1-7.
Longest rally of the match, that one, at 28 shots. First point they've conceded this game. Suddenly, Chazani Korepap coming to the front court with effect.
Service over. 8-2. Service over. 3-8.
3 consecutive points for the Thais now, and suddenly the Thai female, the young 20-year-old, is really quite active on the court, imposing herself.
Thank you. Chelsea need to serve. Blank.
Yeah, that was a very tight net shot from Matthias.
9-3. Service over. 4-9.
Another one very, very tight.
4.
A little bit lucky on that return of serve. And just 1 point away from the mid-game interval. 10-4 up.
Service over. 5-10.
Cheeky little serve, didn't even see it coming.
Yeah, she's having a very, very good flick serve. We saw that on the very first point in the opening game. Good flick. And suddenly closing the gap quite nicely here for the Thailand pair. 7-10. Yeah, she's very active now. Korepap at the net.
Yeah, a run of 4 points for them as well. They're really starting to motor, aren't they? The way that the Danes did from the offing, with 7 consecutive points from the start of the game. Now the Thais really have momentum.
Yeah, Matthias Christiansen is arguing a little bit about maybe the serve from Korepap is a little bit too high, you know, over 115. Just kind of stating the point, but of course been turned down by the umpire.
Well, they were 10-4 up, the Danes.
And suddenly is so much more believable, isn't it, for the Thailand pair?
Service over.
But still, the team in blue from Denmark do reach the mid-game interval first in the end, 11 points to 9. 24 minutes played in this tight mixed doubles.
Hvis man bliver fanget, væk med den. Ikke? Og så må vi starte derfra. Altså det er sådan, at vi reagerer bare på det, der sker. Ikke? Fint.
Vi lader os bare lidt stress 2 gange. Det er bare holde på.
Det er fint. Ind og det er initiativspil frem på mellembanen her. Ikke?
Vi skal være lidt mere aktive igen, begge.
Ja, vi står for stille. Det er også derfor, vi tager bare den der.
แรลลี่หาช่องเบาได้ระวังลูกครึ่งตรงๆ Go to your chair
11-9. Play.
A lovely block shot here from Mathias Christiansen.
9.
And that's a careless return from Phuangphuapet.
9.
I know he can do better. The idea was fine, but almost hitting the red carpet on that one.
Well, electric resumption from the Danes, 3 in a row for them. Really on it now. Maybe something that Thomas Durgaard had said.
Good block shot again. And as we see, the two Danes are really sort of moving forward, having their centre forwards on the court now. They're really up there blocking everything, making sure that they don't have to lift, and just putting the pressure in such a simple way onto the Thailand players. Here once again another block shot that's working out nicely.
16-9.
Yeah, I guess it's the old adage, isn't it? All players look good with time, but without it, they don't. And that's what's happened, isn't it, really, since the turn. The Danes really motoring, screeching out of the blocks on resumption here. 6 in a row.
Play.
Again, it's that smash, heavily struck from Christiansen, causing all sorts of trouble for the Thais today. There's been numerous kills just like this. We spoke of how hard it is to hit through this situation here, slightly cooler, but no problems for this man. Broad-shouldered and imposing.
Service over. 10-17.
Trying their utmost to keep Phuangphuapet out of the match as much as they can and impose their will and direct a lot of traffic towards Korepap. But again, Christiansen all over it, taking the shuttle so high. 3 points away now. Well done. She was alert to that. There's been the odd sprinkling of brilliance from her.
Service over. 11.
But she's been barely allowed. Her game has been stifled by the Danes. Wonderful. It's becoming a familiar look, isn't it?
Service over.
Getting his body weight going forwards, taking it as steeply as he can. pulverizing. Umpire suggesting the shuttle is broken, needs replacing.
Match point 11.
9 match points then for the Danes.
Service over 12-20.
Now there it is on the stroke of half an hour. The Danes, Mathias Christiansen and Alexandra Bøje, put the match to bed. A rampant display of power from the taller of the two. And altogether a good solid start in the mixed doubles for the Danish combination. They'll be pleased with that. What could have been a challenging situation, they came through and found a way on the day to come through. 21-14. 21-12. Be handing over to Jill and Steen now. Thanks for your company. Join us again for the next match. Bye for now.
So welcome back to Bangkok, the capital of the country of smiles. And we're based here